Hello everyone and welcome back. This is race number 3 of the Pacific Rim done on the 3rd of May 2020. The boat is a NACAR 17 and we have a Sean Bond that is in the lead at the moment, and we are looking at the start of this amazing race. 12 seconds to the go. The big advantage on the race committee will be given to everybody is starting nearby the race committee. We are zigzagging to slow down the boat a little bit, but we are facing up that we are getting the penalty, and now we are getting still at 10 knots upwind with only 6 seconds to go for our penalty. As you can see, there is still a huge right, so that's why we are keeping this starboard side and we are going to the left. We have to remember that this kind of boat do not suffer too much. Do not increase or decrease the speed comparing with the wind speed. So we're always going around the 14 knots upwind with 8.3 of a VMG, depending if the wind is still over 16 knots. As you can see, we're still going 8.3 knots even if the wind is only 17. And we saw this left wind shift coming right up, so this one will be a good opportunity for us to gain a little bit against our opponent on the right hand side. We are going to attack. We are the most boat on the most left, so this is kind of a problem for us. We bear way to avoid an amazing contact with Mangina, and we are just behind the Carsiaca. But as you can see, the left wind shift was not long enough and we're still back on the right wind shift, so definitely was not a good choice for us to go on all the way to the left. As you can see from the boat, from the orange boat in front of us, that is Wind Whisper, the right wind shift will become bigger and bigger, so even this way will be a big mistake. We tuck back to avoid collision with the MAB. We were not sure if we can pass or not, and we are just behind Wind Whisper and here with Sean Bond. Penalty for Sean Bond given by Wind Whisper, and now we can bear away and get all the speed to pass. The Japanese team just behind the Americans that had really hoisted the kite, but is slowing down because the angle was too steep. So under 100, 110, we do not hoist the kite because it's not giving any advantage. We jibe for no apparent reason. No, we want to get the puff that is on the left hand side, the puff that the MAB has already. As you can see, the French team that was far behind us is passing all the other boat in front, but we barely touch that wind puff, and now it's time to jibe back and laugh up to go to the left mark, to the mark that was closer to the pin, and we go for another round of the mark with the Wind Whisper over here, and we still get the position. That was a good running of the mark. As you can see, we exit from the mark much faster. We were a little bit larger, a little bit not too close to the mark, and at this moment we have a left wind shift. So let's see if we can gain when we are going to tack. We're going to tack just and pass behind the Wind Whisper. We do not want to get any penalty, but as before, the left shift was only momentarily, and the right wind shift is going back. We have to pass behind Clark, the Danish team that is doing an amazing job for this race, with a touch tooth in the first position, second position for the Black Cat, aka La Mer Noire, and the third for the MAB. Even if New Zealand Salesman is really close to the MAB and try to get the podium position. We have Alessandro Merlino in 5th position with Wind Whisper in 6th, Clark in 7th, and we are fighting for the 8th position with Sean Bond. But as you can see, this one was New Zealand Salesmen that are all close to us. It was, New Zealand Salesmen. So as you can see, except the first two, all the rest of the fleet is really close, with Alessandro Merlino getting the 3rd position, but getting a penalty from the MAB, and we give a penalty to the Clark because we were inside the mark rounds before him, And we are fighting now for the 7th position, but we hit Alessandro Marino on the stern. We get an 18 because he was already inside the racing area. So we are going down right now. We try to split a little bit with the rest of the fleet to try to find more wind, even if a little bit here is dropping down. So we are going to jibe, and we're going to go back in the middle of the racing area where most of the wind is. And there is a penalty for Sean Bond, so there is an opportunity for most of the team to pass in front of him. Remember, Sean Bond was first before this race, so there will be this one will be his discard with an 11th at the moment. So first position for Touch2, second position for the Black Cat, third position for the Mab, and we are fighting with for the 7th position, but we end up in 10th position, just in front Sean Bond and Magina. This is the result: Touch2's Black Cat, the Mab, Wind Whisper. And now we are going to watch the results with Sean Bond, Alessandro Berlino and Power in the first, Sean Bond, Alberto Carraro and Garcia in the top 3 position.